Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome back in Steel Division 2. So, today we are reviewing the 184th Strelkovy division or rifle division, which is a regular Soviet infantry division as mentioned here by the game, and it featured the famous female sniper Rosa Shanina, which was serving in this division until her death in East Prussia in early 1945. This division, as mentioned here, also fields Strelkovy squads instead of the normal Gvardia units. The division also has an independent tank brigade attached to it, which has some Lend-Lease equipments such as the M3S Lee and the M3L Stuart and Valentine tanks. It is also backed up with tank destroyers such as the ISU-122 heavy assault guns, and it is mentioned here by the game that the 184th Rifle Division is best used as a defensive formation rather than being used as an offensive one. So that is what is mentioned here by the game. Let's see the research which I have done for this division. Basically, this division was formed based on the 4th NKVD Rifle Division in 1941, and it indeed had the famous sniper Rosa Shanina, which was credited with 75 kills. But as we all know, aces count for nothing in Steel Division 2. I mean, the only difference between the ace unit and a normal unit is just the color. They just gave it like a yellow color, which is not just silly, it can also be counted as inaccuracy. Because to be honest, an ace did not become an ace unless he had distinguished skills that differentiated him than the other, or differentiated her in this case. So it makes more sense that an ace in this game get a slight different advantage, such as a trait or better accuracy or any better stats, for example. So having a veteran unit or an ace unit in a Steel Division 2 without actually distinguishing that unit is just silly, you know. I think this is one of the most ridiculous thing about the game. But anyway, one more thing about this division, that there was actually no evidence whatsoever that it was backed up by the heavy assault guns ISU-122. Also, Eugene doesn't mention here what is that independent brigade that features that Lend-Lease and the ISU-122 tanks, which also make it difficult to verify this information. So anyway, I couldn't find evidence that support this. And that's all what I had about this division. Let's see how did I build this division. Okay, so this is the 184th Strelkovy division or rifle division, and to be honest, this division is pretty weak. It has very weak performance when it comes to 1 versus 1, and the main problem about this division or the main flaw about this division is actually that it lacks tanks. I mean, it doesn't you can consider this division like it doesn't have any tanks, because from one side you have the best tank that you have here is the Valentine tank, which is pretty slow, and from the other side you have a good tank destroyer, which is the ISU-122. But this tank or this tank destroyer also is very expensive. It costs 155 points, plus it has a very low rate of fire. So other than this, nothing to defend this division, unless you will try to use, for example, the Zen Art 85mm or rely on the ZIS-3 anti-tanks, which you only have one card from this, by the way. You do also have the IL-2 M3 tank buster planes, but also one card from these. So you will struggle if you play with this division against any armor division. even if you are playing against below average player. If you face an infantry division, you might have a better chance to win the game. But anyway, this is just my opinion, and I'm not sure, maybe some people will agree with me and some doesn't. So let's jump into the Recon tab to see what we have here. So we have here the BA-10M, which is a light armored vehicle. And I like this unit because it can interfere fast, and I usually like light vehicles in the Recon tab, because you can use these actually to suppress some of the rush related to the Vanguard and the Maverick income, which literally most of the people are playing these incomes now in 1 versus 1 because they are ridiculously advantageous when it comes to 1 versus 1. I added one card from these, and then I added the Valentine 3 Recon unit, which can give you 4 tanks in phase A, which is not bad. This is good, and this is the strongest tank basically that you have in this division. So I added one card of these. I added another card of his snipers, 2 cards from snipers. So the first card is related to this Sniperi Shanina, which is the ace I was talking about in this division. And then I added another card in phase B. And as we can see, there is no difference at all between the normal sniper and the ace sniper. Moving to the infantry tab, we have here lots of choices, but they are all pretty standard as any infantry division. Most of the infantry divisions, or most of the infantry tab in the Soviet divisions that I saw so far, and we are almost we have almost covered all of them. Most of these units are basically a repetition, except for some small exceptions. So basically we have the Sabiri BBSH, and this time I took one card from these because we have lots of slots in the infantry tab. They are having the Panzerfaust, which can be used or utilized against tanks, because as we know, we have very less tanks in this division. So this is a weak division from tanks perspective. So that's why I took one card from these. And then I took another card of Commander Sabiri Komruti, which they also have one Panzerfaust. I took Astralikis SVT semi-automatic rifles, and one card of Strelkovy DB in phase A. One card of Tanko Desaniki in phase A. And then I took the maximum that I can take from this disheartened troops, which can be good to increase the numbers and do some spam in case if needed. And we do have 2 cards of Sabiris. I put them both in phase B. And another Streliki in phase B with anti-tank rifles. And another one in phase C. That allowed me actually to take a very good number of infantry, 104. So moving to the tank tab, as I said, pretty bad choices here. Very weak tab, very pathetic tab, if I can say. So we have the Stuart tanks. I put one card, and I put one card from the Komruti. I didn't take the Valentine. I already had one card in Recon, and they are basically useless. So I decided to spend the slots on something that can be more useful. Moving to the support tab, one card of this flamethrower team I put in phase A. We only have one card though. And the Maxim, we only have Maxims here as machine guns, so I took one card in phase A. And we have this support gun which only have HE shells. I mean, They could have at least added the one with the AB shells or the heat shells that can be used against tanks. But no, we only have this for support against infantry. And one card of support trucks. Nothing here is interesting in this tab. Maybe someone might add a commander, but rather than this, nothing. The anti-tank tab also is not so good. We do have the 45mm, so I added one card. And we have only one card from the ZIS-3 BT 76mm, so I had to add this. And then we have two cards from the ISU 122, but as I said, it's pretty expensive. I used one card in phase A and one card in phase B. In the anti-air tab, we have lots of choices here. So I used one card of the Zenart in phase A, and one card from the 85mm also in phase A. And then I put the other card in phase B. Someone might configure this differently, but I had to use all the 85mm also to rely on them as anti-tank weapons, because obviously we are lacking these units here. In the artillery tab, we have good artillery tab here, which has 120mm mortars. I added one card from these, and the ZIS-3 artillery, so I used one of these. We also have an off-map artillery, which has 280mm off-map artillery, heavy artillery, so I used this one. It costs 165, so it's a bit expensive, but it can be useful. And then I like this gun, which is the heaviest gun we have here, the 152mm, and it has 30 shells with good damage, and also not bad rate of fire when it is vetted to maximum. So I used two of these in phase C. And on air tab, I used the IL-2 KR, which is a really good plane as a recon, and it has good availability as well as also cheap price. So I had to use one of these in phase A. And we don't have so good fighters here. We only have this LA-5FN, which has two guns in the nose, 20mm, but it is pretty fast. So I added one card of these in phase A, and another card for light fighter bomber in phase A. I also used heavy bomber in phase B, the 105. It cost 105, and it's called IL-4. It has basically 1000 kilo of Fab 100 bombs. And we do have only one card of the IL-2 M3, which is a tank buster, so I used this in phase B. It gives you two planes. And I used this one, which they call it nuke plane, because it has like 1000 kilo Fab 1000, and it also have another 1000 kilo divided into two bombs, so it's like really heavy bomber that can do some good damage, but it is also a bit expensive. It costs 125, but it can be utilized very well against at least tanks or heavy units. Anyway, we have also the napalm bomber. But from my experience, as I said before, these are now underperforming in the game, really underperforming. So I didn't take any of these. We do also have the ground attack rockets, planes, but they are so expensive, and basically the planes The rockets are light, so they will not do any damage to the tank, so I kept these. And we have a lighter even version from this one, which is the IL-2M3. And other than this, nothing really interesting in this tab other than the choices that we took. So basically that's how I configured this division, or how I build it. Pretty bad performance for this division, really underperforming, and it really doesn't make any sense the way they set up this division. But anyway, let's go to a battle and see how this division can perform. Okay everyone, so this is the game. I'm playing here on the left side of the screen, and my opponent name is Karott. He's playing on the right side. I'm playing in red color and he's playing in blue. So we started deploying our units. Pretty standard deployment. He's also deploying his infantry, and he started with a flag 37mm. That is a good start. Should always count or always build some anti-air at the beginning. I also did the same, but this time I started with the 85mm. He also has a grilly, and those grillies, if used right, they can be pretty devastating, because the game is built around these right now. Okay, my opponent, he's playing with the 20 Panzer division. So let's see how we can hold. This map is pretty good to have an infantry division fighting against a Panzer division. But also I think if the opponent is really good, or even average good, he can do lots of damage to this 184th, because as I said, it lacks proper tanks. Let's see how the game goes. So he started by deploying 2 recon units, or 2 recon plane to scout basically. So right away I deployed the IL-2KR. His recon planes are pretty slow, and that's when we are we are talking about the IL-2KR, which is also very slow. So targeting this plane, and it was destroyed right away. I did one trick here. This is an old trick, by deploying some anti-tank units behind his line. He right away spot one of these units with the grilly, and he destroys it. Yep. But one unit was sneaked behind his line. Okay, so here I am advancing from the south, trying to get hold of this hill. Also trying to get hold of this flag. On the center, I deployed my troops, trying to get into these first. Same thing I'm doing in the north. The heavy fight now is in the south, so I was able to capture this flag. I'm deploying another 85mm, I believe, in the north, so I can have some balance on the anti-air. This M2A1s are doing good job suppressing his advancing Stostrap units, and yeah, he loses them both. He right away deploy Junker 87 to destroy my units, so I tried to pull them away. Yeah, and he is able to destroy one of these. I can see that he's relying on lots of lanes from the start. Right away I deployed IL-2KR. but of course the IL-2 is pretty slow, so it will not reach on time, and he has already good anti-air here. So I withdraw my unit. I don't have anything to destroy this T-34. Absolutely nothing. So he's moving forward with it. Here I was able to advance in the forest. Nothing happening in the north, everything is calm. So I'm pushing 2 Valentines, which will take forever until they reach to the front line. He again deploys another recon plane, and he deploys this motorized mortar, the SDK FZ 81mm. So this is a very good mortar vehicle, and lots of people are using these units effectively. They are pretty expensive, so you don't want to lose this one. It's cost 105, but they are really good. So I marked his anti-air in preparation to fire on it, and I have a 120mm mortar coming. On the center, he started pushing some troops to regain control of this forest. On the north, I am advancing against his Stoshtrap units, which are equivalent to the Tanko Desaniki, but he had less troops, so that's why I was able to push forward. He has, however, this light vehicle. On the south, he's trying to push more troops in order to take the hill, but there is no luck. He's attacking with 2 vehicles, one from the north and one from the flank. Here he can have vision of my infantry. And to be honest, that one of the things that I haven't talked about is the line of sight in this game. The line of sight is pretty broken, and I can say that with full confidence, because you have some units which are getting seen from inside the forest. Like, for example, if I am here, you can be still seen from here, which is something not good, because I am in the middle of the forest and this is a heavy forest. The visibility should be less than this. It is different. It should be different than if I am here. But as we can see, this is just not right. Not to mention that some of the line of sights are not accurately done. Like, you can actually have some maps where the dark red says that you cannot see the unit, but you can still see it. So this is one also of the bad things, and it is affecting the game play in a very extreme way. But anyway, this is one of the things I didn't give enough time to talk about it. I should actually dedicate some episode maybe to discuss only about the flaws in the gameplay which affect the accuracy and the gameplay of the game. But this is all related to the mechanics of how this game is implemented. We have a good fight here between the Valentine and the T-34. Yeah, and the Valentine is able to destroy the T-34. He deployed the back 40 here in order to suppress anything coming on that road. And another Panzer III is deployed on the north as well. I think it will be supporting this hill. On here, he has an MG42. And I started actually firing my mortar on his back 40. On the center there is some fight going on. He can spot my units inside the forest using his T-34, which is captured, of course. All of these units are captured. The 20 Panzer has lots of captured units. Speaking of flags, I have 15 flag and he has 9, so I have more control over the map now, thanks to the bushing on the center and also bushing on the south. In the north nothing is happening, so things looks calm. It seems that he lost some good units here. Wow, these are 2 Panzer IIIs and 1 vehicle. I'm not sure, this looks like maybe an anti-air or what, but yeah, I have destroyed very precious units here, and I'm pushing another one. Let's see if this can get past his units. He's still trying to push, supporting by the Panzer III in the south. And his back 40 is targeting the road. Things are calm on the center. Okay, the Grilly here spots this. No, but it passes through. Wow. Okay, this unit reach safely, and it can do more ambush for his troops. Fighting is going on heavily on the south. I lost sight of his Panzer III. Advancing the 2 Valentines, trying to support my units here by destroying this Panzer III. Let's see if this can work or not. Yes, he loses the Panzer III by the Valentines. Now he deploys heavy artillery, 150 millimeter. And then again, Karott is pushing an 88 to the front to support his anti-air. Nothing is going on the north. On the center I have full control. And I was able to destroy his anti-air here. He started now to using his mortar and also his heavy artillery. 14 flag to 10. Both of us are playing balanced, so this game can actually take long. And this back 40 is ambushing anything that comes on this road, so it needs to be destroyed. I'm pushing my M2 A1s trying to do that, but he has a Panzer III coming this way. and also pushing some Storm Pioneers. Okay, the Panzer III spots the M2A1 and it seems that they are going to be destroyed. Yes. Okay, this is a good chance to destroy the flag. Okay, but he right away deploys the Flak 88. I'm wondering what this heavy artillery is targeting. He's trying to target the Maxim. In the north, he's targeting my units in the forests, even though I have an anti-air here. I don't think this IL-2 will be able to destroy. Yeah, he has the 37mm flak. Okay, two Valentines here are facing the Panzer T-34, the captured T-34. And they are backed by ISU 122. So let's see. Seems that the T-34 lost the fight against the Valentine. So far, no deployed heavy tanks that can actually destroy my small tanks. Again, another fight between the Panzer III and the Valentine here. And it destroys the Valentine right away. It is VT3. Okay, he takes both of them. I'm here targeting the Flak 88 using my mortars, and I am deploying heavy artillery trying to counter his artillery as well. On the center, the Valentines are advancing and taking control of that flag. On the north, still having control over this flag. And he's pushing Panzer Grenadiers here. Okay. So, yeah, he loses them. Wow. That is a good ambush. He pushes now an IS-2. We call it Brute Stalin, which is basically a captured IS-2. And I believe it's a 1943 model, if I am not mistaken. Yeah. So this is a heavy tank. So let's see if the ISU 122 can actually face this. I'm taking this advantage to push more troops here, trying to create a bulge. 15 flag to 9. Deploying another ISU 122 in this area. Okay, now the fighting begins between the ISU and the Stalin. Both of them has low rate of fire. So let's see. The IS-2 should be strong enough to beat the ISU 122. He now takes control over this hill on the south. Heavy fight. Okay, trying to target the IS-2 using the tank buster planes. Wow. They did not even pin it down. Okay, fighting is going on. I'm advancing the Valentine to support. Still targeting this flag here, and he is pushing more. Karott is pushing on the south now. The IS-2 is still standing. Again, it's the ISU 122 and a Valentine tank. And the IS-2 wins the fight. Wow. And of course, it will destroy the Valentine for sure. So that's why I pushed an IL-4, trying to destroy this unit. Again, I was only able to pin it down to withdraw my Valentine. $14 flag to 10. And finally we are able to destroy that flag. Another anti-airs come. We have some units here pushing, and also the Panzer III. So I pushed M5 Stuart and M3S Komrotti. Another ISU 122 is coming. I have lots of these, so these are the only thing that actually can fight against some of the heavy tanks. Now this Valentine III has fell in a trap between the Back 40 and the T-34, and it got destroyed. Okay, this MG Maxim is targeting his anti-air. This was a bad choice to put the anti-air in front of the Maxim like that, so probably he's going to be lost. So far the north is calm. He's not trying to make any move. He deployed some Starbineers here trying to maybe destroy these Sabiris. Let's see if he can do that. On the center everything is calm. The fighting now goes on the south, destroying his anti-air completely on the south, which gives a good opportunity for my tanks. Again, I'm doing another run with the IL-2 M3. Let's see if I can take the IS-2 this time. 2 planes. Okay. No. Not even a scratch. This just show how the tank buster planes have become really useless in the game. I mean, they were better than this before, but they got nerfed down, which I believe also was wrong. Okay, pushing more troops here to support the southern front and trying to take control now of this flag. The ISU 122 has reached, and I think it will start another fight with the IS-2. I think this time the advantage should go for the ISU, because this IS-2 should be hurt from all the battles that she fought. So he was able to suppress my units in this forest, and I'm trying to target this MG42. Okay, I was able to clear the infantry, but his Panzer III is still standing. So big fight going on between the ISU 122 and the IS-2. And finally, this brute Stanning is destroyed. Caught fire. Okay, we are now in phase C, and we only have 4 minutes for this game to finish, so Karott needs to do something to turn over the tide, otherwise this game is lost. On the north, nothing is going on. He even hasn't moved these storm pioneers. On the center, also things are more static, but there is an artillery fight going on. So his artillery is firing on mine and I'm countering this, so let's see if actually we can do something. I was able to bin one of his artillery. The ISU is against the back 40. This is going to hurt. And we were able to destroy the Panzer III here and regain control of this area, pushing two BF-109 fighter bombers, but he pulled them back because I withdraw the ISU. Having also some troops behind his line is not making things easy. He's finally able to clear this village from my Sabiris, which have Panzerfausts, but he lost a lot. Okay, 3 Stuarts advancing, and they have 1 Comrotti M3S. Things are moving on the southern front now. He's pushing more infantry units, trying to take control of these flags, and also more backs are coming. This time this is a back 88. You don't need really this. I mean, I don't really have tanks other than the ISU 122. Okay, his units here are going to be ambushed by my tanks. I'm pushing more Stuarts. I'm trying to finish this now. So 14 flag to 10, and we have less than 1 minute. The north is static, the center is under control, and I'm pushing on the south. I think this game is lost for Karott. One minute. Okay, here is a fight against the back 40, which is able to destroy one of the Stuarts pretty easy. "25 seconds remaining, 15 flag to 9. So this game is almost over. He hasn't lost any of his artillery, but he will not have the time. I'm pushing a long queue of Stuarts, and the game is over. So let's see the kills. I had 1080-45 kills, and losses are 855. And he had kills of 855. So let's see. Okay, I don't think there is something here unusual, other than destroying some of his units using the Sabiri BBSH, which was a good idea to deploy behind his line. The ICU 122 also did some good damage, but it was not able to stand against the IS-2 from the first fight. But the second ICU was able to destroy it, and that's after hammering it with tank buster planes and previous fight with Valentine tank and an ISU 122. Okay, other than this, nothing really unusual. Let's see the losses here. So he had some good kills with the back 40, and also this Panzer III did some good job destroying lots of units. M2A1s and Valentine tanks. The Brute Stalin, the IS-2, was able to destroy 2 tanks. And the Storm Pioneer here was able to kill some units, but other than this, nothing really was unusual. It was a good game to showcase the 184th. However, as I said before, the 184th is pretty weak division. It will not survive against tank division, especially in Maverick and Vanguard, and I had some challenging moments playing against even average player with this division, so it's not really a good division to play with. It could be good in playing in 10 versus 10 or playing against an infantry division in a balanced income. That's all. I hope that you enjoyed this game and see you in future games.